Yo, how's it going, you guys? Your boy is back at it again, this time with a discussion video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the top 5 characters who should return to the Beyblade Burst anime. So the Beyblade Burst anime is on Gachi, which makes it its 4th season, I think. And it's going pretty strong. And I do think there's going to be another season. Now, that's just my opinion. I think there's also rumors going around. So I'm just going to give you guys characters that I think should make a comeback. So none of this is confirmed. This is just my opinions going out to you guys. So yeah, let's start off with number 5. So for number 5, I have Boa. So his Beyblade is Arc Bahamut, as you guys can see. And I know that Gachi got a Bahamut evolution, which was Dread Bahamut, but it wasn't owned by Boa. So why I think Boa should come back, he seemed like a really promising character. Like, he had a pretty cool personality. And it seems like towards the end of Beyblade Burst Evolution, he had a change of heart, and he stayed with his Beyblade. Like, he didn't abandon Bahamut. So if he were to come back, would he still have this Beyblade? I think it's possible, but it would be nice to see another Bahamut that's not Dread Bahamut. So I just think he was a character that could have used a little bit more development and could possibly be even more of a supporting role in the anime if he were to come back. So that's just my thoughts on Boa. I definitely think he should come back, though. Something about him was just pretty awesome. So that's number 5. Now, number 4 is going to be Rakia. So Rakia got introduced as the rich, snobby kid who is still pretty talented. And at the end of the series, he kind of proved to be a pretty friendly guy, which is awesome. He had a pretty good development, and his Beyblade was Tornado Wyvern. At least that was his last Beyblade. We haven't seen a Wyvern since. So it would be super cool to see an evolution, and I really love the whole free spinning gimmick about his Beyblade. I think it was continuously getting better as it went on, so like Tornado Wyvern was really good for its time. And it was just such a shame that he got kind of cut out towards the end of Evolution. Like, he was a little bit important, and then you just kind of forgot about him. So just big shame. I think he was a really cool character, and his interactions with the rest of the cast were nice. Like, he had this kind of rivalry with Rantaro, but they ended up like becoming best buds towards the end. So I definitely think he should come back at some point. Okay, so my third pick might be a shocker to you guys, but it's gonna be Dyna. So his last Beyblade was Killer Death Scyther, and I am a huge fan of this Beyblade. All right, even though it's not really good, he's such a cool character. He pulled off some really good wins in the Beyblade Burst Evolution anime. And I thought he made it pretty far until they cut him off, which just I was so sad about. Like, I really love this Beyblade and his character in general. He came around as the kind of mysterious yet spooky character who was kind of a jerk to Vault at first. His signature Beyblade is, of course, Death Scyther, and Death Scyther, it has 3 versions now, 3 evolutions, so I don't know why they cut it off so soon. I would have loved to see another Death Scyther evolution for like Gachi or something. But every time it's a Death Scyther, it's always pretty good. The first 2 Death Scythers were so powerful that they were banned from tournaments. And then Killer Death Scyther was kind of alright. Like, the gimmick was cool, but it didn't really work. So they did kind of just like forget about him towards the end. But it is what it is. I would like to see him come back, though. And if it's not him, maybe even his little brother, if he were to come around and, you know, continue his legacy, kind of how like Rantaro had his younger brother Ranjiro continue for him. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on the third pick. Now for my second pick, boy, they did my boy Louie bad. This is his latest Beyblade, or his last Beyblade, which was Bloody Longinus. Man, his introduction in Chozi was pretty cool. He was kind of like the head boss. He holds the tournament, he gets defeated by Aiga, and then they just forget about him. So such a shame. He also came around as like a villain type character, but he really wasn't evil. He was just like a guy who liked to battle and take people on. And it really sucked to see him just kind of be forgotten about. In Evolution, he still had an important role. Like, he defeated Shu, and then Shu went all out on him, and then his Beyblade got destroyed, but then he came back with Bloody Longinus. It was so cool. I thought Bloody Longinus was pretty cool as it is. Granted, there is some like problems with it. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the design and whatnot. And then his role in the anime was important at first, but then he just got forgotten about. Kind of like the other characters I mentioned previously, but Yeah, my boy got done dirty, alright? He should come back, even though there's a new Longinus, Vi Longinus, and he's owned by another guy. Louie really had this kind of Ryuga-esque vibe about him that really isn't even close to other characters right now. I definitely think he should come back. I'm a huge fan of him. Even though he's like the typical Ryuga character, he should come back. Let's be real. Alright, and for my last pick, this might or might not be a surprise, but my boy Kensuke with his last Beyblade, which was Kaiser Kirbyus. Yeah, this guy also got done dirty. He was a supporting character. He was pretty important up until Evolution when he had to move away, which kind of makes sense as far as the plot. He's no longer around the crew, so they kind of forget about him. But then he does kind of come back during Evolution, and he tries to snap Shu out of being evil or whatnot. But they didn't show any battles with him, nor his Beyblade, which just sucks. I thought he was kind of like that quirky character that had just like a really friendly vibe about him, and he was always a really good friend to everyone, especially Vault. And even his puppets were unique in the sense that he's like the only character that does that. So he definitely stuck out in terms of like everyone else. But yeah, Kensuke, he needs to come back at some point, at least in the flashback. This guy, he was just totally forgotten about, and it was just such a shame. That sums up my top 5 characters who should come back to the Beyblade Burst anime. Now, this is all just wishful thinking. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it's just like my top 5 wish list. If they could come back, it would be these guys. So let me know what you guys think of this list. Comment down below which characters you guys would like to see come back. And yeah, that's it for this video, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.